Natural, non-toxic, and totally adorable. You're going to want to make one of these for every baby you know. Hey everyone, it's Nicole here and welcome to BOCHIKNOT Macrame. In this video, I will be going over a baby teether slash baby rattle pattern. So some of you may know that I am expecting baby number 2 very soon. So I've been thinking of all the Macrame baby patterns that I could make before the baby arrives. With my first, I did make several baby items such as a baby play gym, a baby mobile, a baby pacifier clip, and some others. If you guys are interested in checking out my baby playlist, I'll link it up here, but I'll also link it in the video description below. So to add on to that list of baby items, I'll be showing you guys in this video how to make a baby teether slash baby rattle. These are great for babies because they are natural, non-toxic, and great for teething babies, and they are super adorable, which makes them great gifts. And with all of that said, let's jump right in. Now the cord I'll be using for this baby teether is 100% natural organic cotton cord. So this is from our foundation cord line. It is unbleached and no harmful chemicals are used in the process of making this. And plus it's 100% cotton, which means it's smoother on baby skin and overall safe to use. The rings I'll be using for this pattern are beech wood rings. Now the difference between beech wood and our regular wooden rings we use for plant hangers is that they're more durable and they are naturally safe and easy to work with hardwood with a fine grain, which means that there's less splinters. So this is more ideal to use for children's or baby toys, which is why we will be using these for the baby teethers today. And you can see that there's a nice shine to it, so you don't really have to treat it that much. To clean these wooden rings, I'd wipe them down with a damp cloth and then apply some coconut oil to give it that shiny texture. If you're interested in any of the materials I am using in this tutorial, you can check out the links in the description below. To make this pattern, we're going to need 4 strands of cord at 120 centimeters long each. We're going to gather them at the ends, and then to start this pattern, we're just going to tie an overhand knot so that we can keep the cords in place. You don't have to do this, but I'd like to just have extra security to prevent the cords from moving around. And then you can pin or tape down the overhand knot depending on how you are making the project. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make our double half hitch knot daisy pattern. So to do this, I'm just going to separate out the cords so that we have 4 cords here. And then to start the pattern, I'm just going to take the middle 2 cords, bring the right one over for a double half hitch knot to the left. So using the middle left cord as the working cord. Then again, taking the far left cord as the working cord now. Make a double half hitch knot. You will probably see through a lot of my tutorials, I usually adjust every knot that I make so that I can keep it nice and consistent and nice and neat. So now taking the far right cord as the working cord, make a double half hitch knot to the right. Okay, so the top half of our first daisy pattern is complete. and then we're going to close it off. So on the right side, using the same anchor cord and working cord, we're now making a double half hitch knot to the left. So take the working cord through the loop to the right, through the loop to the right, and this is a double half hitch knot. Now, I usually like to tighten up my knots by pulling on the anchor cord. Now, if you do that here, it will straighten out the edge, and I do want it a little curved. So you can tighten it if you want, but just tighten it slightly so it's not too straight, so you still have a bit of curve. Now on the left side, using the far left anchor cord and the same working cord as before, make a double half hitch knot to the right. Okay, so now our first daisy pattern is almost complete. We're now going to close off with one more diagonal double half hitch knot to the left. The same with how we started this pattern. So over to the right, over to the right. And then once done, readjust all the knots if you need to. But our first daisy pattern is now complete, and now we're just going to make several more. So starting on the left side, using the same anchor cord, far left cord as a working cord for a double half hitch knot to the left. So tighten the first half hitch, then the second to finish that double half hitch. Then on the right side, same thing, but double half hitch knot to the right. So over and through the left, and then over and through the left. And then we're going to close off, same thing how we had closed off above, with a double half hitch knot towards the center. Over through the right, over through the right, and then finish off with a diagonal double half hitch knot to the left. Okay. We're going to continue repeating this pattern downwards and make 6 more daisies so that we have a total of 8. We're going to start with the 8 and see where we get at with the pattern. Okay, so once 8 of them are made, we can test to see how large the handle is. You do have to leave some room for the gathering knot here, so it'd likely be about this size, which is a decent size. But what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to add 2 more daisy patterns here, just so it's a little bigger. So we're going to add 2 more underneath. So once 10 daisy patterns are made, this is what the pattern looks like when we fold it over. About an inch in between. This is a good size, I think. So we're going to go with this handle with 10 daisy knot patterns. So now to secure the ends, we're just going to untie that overhand knot at the top. And then at the bottom, we're just going to cut off the excess cords. So those longer cord ends, we're actually going to cut off the majority of them. And we're going to save these longer cords. We're going to use one of the longer cords to make the gathering knot. So the length of these scraps should be about 50 centimeters. And to now secure it, now before we do that, we do have to weave in our wooden rings because this is the rattle part of the toy. So when we have it together, this can be used as a teether or a rattle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to overlap the cords so there's about an inch to an inch and a half of space here. So this is what it should look like. And then using our 50 centimeter long cord, we're going to make a large gathering knot. So you can see, make sure that the loop end is past that space. And then we start with the long end, start wrapping it from the top of that 1 inch space. And we start wrapping it all the way to the bottom. We do want to make sure it is nice and snug. So try to keep the wrapping as tight as you can. And then once you're at the bottom, we're going to thread that end through the loop that we made in the beginning. Make sure all the ends are there, and then with the end at the top, we pull it through so that the end goes underneath the gathered section so it doesn't come undone really easily. Then once that's done, we have secured the gathering knot. This is what it should look like. Now before we snip off the excess, we do want to pull on the anchor cords to make sure there's no scrunched up cords on both sides. We can now trim off the excess. And this is the baby rattle / teether pattern. And that's a wrap with our baby teether / baby rattle pattern. What did you guys think of this pattern? Let me know in the comment section below. These are so fun and easy to make once you've gotten a hold of the double half hitch knot. So if you are a beginner, this is a great pattern to start with, especially if you want to get familiar with the double half hitch knot. If there are other baby items that you guys want to see or want me to make, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' ideas. We are currently going over Animal Wall Hangings Month over on our BOCHIKNOT macrame community on Patreon. If you guys are ready to take your skills up a notch and try some advanced projects such as a lion wall hanging or a Highland cow wall hanging for nursery decor, now's the time to join to get access to all of our videos and the new ones still to come. If you guys are interested, head on over to patreon.com/BOCHIKNOT for more details. I hope you guys had a wonderful time making this, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.